Switch out, I highly recommend everyone to get an electrical meter. It doesn't have to be a big fancy one. It could be a simple like little $12 one from the hardware store, but get an electrical meter. You can go from neutral, your white wire, to black to find out which side has power and which side doesn't, okay? You're gonna need to know that, but always be careful when working with electricity. So right up here, I have a mock breaker. It is turned off, meaning I don't have power to anything. Another tool is also a voltage pin. You can run that to your wires to see what has power and what doesn't. I'm going to turn my breaker on, and you see I have power. Here I don't. You can't always trust these because you're not testing between two wires. This is just kind of reading frequencies. So this is my hot leg. When I turn this off, it stops, okay? So now I know that that side is my power. So now that I know my power is shut off, everything is safe, and I have my wires, I'm going to strip these out and show you what's what. I'm going to be cutting back and forth between this camera and my GoPro just to show you exactly what's happening here. So this side is my hot leg, and this side is my switch leg. And then you have your ground. You're going to need a pair of wire strippers. And it's actually really nice to get yourself the same gauge wire that you have, because you're going to need to add neutrals, because more than likely you don't have neutrals going to your current switches in your home. So I'm going to break off a little section, cut that, and that's going to be my jumper wire to get from my box into the switch. You won't always need this, and if you buy the DW6HD switch that comes with the wall plate, they actually all come with a little neutral pigtail inside of them. Sometimes it's worth the money just to get that. So since I don't have my neutrals already tied together here, I can connect them in the switch, and I will show you that over here. So first things first, I need to strip all my wires back. So I have my hot leg, my switch leg. I'm going to move those out of the way right now. I have my ground, and then I have my neutrals. My neutrals are always going to go together and carry through. Neutrals and grounds will almost always carry through with what you're working on. So I have my switch here. I'm going to just start with my ground first. And with grounds on this switch, your wire strippers have a hole built into them, and there's a little way to just curl the wire over. And if you see right here, I'm just going to hook that wire just like so. And an added measure for something that I always do, and it's just a safety measure, is whenever I'm looping a wire, I pull it tight and then I grab the excess with my pliers and just pinch it closed so it does a full surrounding. That way I know the wire is not going to come off or pop off or do anything crazy, and it's just going to kind of do what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to tighten that up. Next is going to be my neutrals, which is going to my silver. And since I'm just carrying them through, I'm running them both through on one side, one screw, which is tying them together. I'm going to tighten that up. Now, since my switch leg is on this side, and I don't want to flip the switch around, I'm just going to go ahead and do my switch leg next. Again, it goes to that red screw. Switch leg will always go to the red screw on the DW6HD. Okay. And then lastly, since I got that side all done, I'm going to flip it over. My last screw is my hot leg coming in, which is that black screw. And I'm going to just slide it in there. And tighten it up like so. So, lastly, I'm going to put all the wires nice and neatly back in the box. Make sure my switch is facing the right way. And there we go. We are installed.